9 suspects, including a banker, have been arrested by our Special Investigations Division in coordination with the Fraud Department at Stanbic Bank, Uganda. And these are scheduled to appear before the Anti-Corruption Division in Kololo in connection with a series of computer system intrusions which gave them unauthorized access to a client's account where they made unauthorized transfers of funds amounting to US dollars 1.8 million into other bank accounts established solely for the purpose of receiving the stolen funds. At the direction of the respective branch managers, that is at Freedom City and Garden City Stanbic Bank branches, the funds were withdrawn and stolen using forged documents of a Kenyan passport number, AK0849025, and forged inter-account transfer forms, all in the names of Mohammed Abdul Hakim Hussein, one of the company directors and signatory to the account of Nile Energy Company Limited. The suspects, in conspiracy with selected bank staff at Garden City and Freedom City branches, opened 3 accounts in the names of Dixon Kagurusi Ampumuza and account number 9030012835107, and then another account number in the names of Petrom Limited, and a third account number in the names of Famane Investments Company Limited. And after compromising the account of Nile Energy Company Limited, they transferred, they made the transfers to these 3 accounts. At least about more than 6 withdrawals were made of US dollars 495,000, US dollars 287,000, US dollars 295,000, US dollars 90,000, US dollars 60,000, US dollars 295,000, and US dollars 495,000, respectively, by the suspects who purported to be Mohammed Abdul Hakim Hussein, the director of Nile Energy. Now, we also established that Petrom Limited allegedly belonged to a one called Oscar Chabukasa Lutaya and Hashur Rahman as the directors, while Famane Investments Company Limited is owned by Oman Gebreyesus, Fiona Dedewende, and Elijah Daniel Wanzu as the directors. And then we also have a third account, which is in the names of Dixon Ampumuza Kagurus. Of course, it was on the 2nd of this month, 2023, that one Tefera Robel, an Eritrean refugee who is in Uganda, was contacted by one called Shivan at Garden City, who asked him to go and drop documents at Stanbic Bank, Garden City. And of course, when he took these documents at Stanbic Bank, Garden City, they were intercepted after realizing that they were inter-account transfer forms with a face value of US dollars 982 $988,200. That was again going to be effected from the Nile Energy account and thereafter credited into the account names of Dickson Kagurusi Mpumuza, the director of Petrom Limited. So this is the only money which was saved. They were continuing to fleece the account. But however, this US dollars 988,000 was saved. So as a result, we tracked down 3 directors whom we arrested, and upon interrogation, they admitted to having received stolen cash to a tune of 250,000 US dollars, and engaged further with engaged into a gold transaction with 2 other suspects whom we are looking for. That is Mansour and Sam Fred, but there are no supporting documents to indicate that they engaged in this gold transaction, but investigations are continuing in that area. So the 12 suspects, out of the 12 suspects whom we have arrested, charges have been sanctioned against 9 of them who are going to appear before the Anti-Corruption Division today on charges of causing financial loss and money laundering. These include Tefera Okubalasi Robert, who was intercepted with a forged passport. We have Ayesiga Moses, the Stanbic branch manager, Garden City, who allegedly effected the 2 transfers of 280,000 US dollars and 295,000 US dollars from Nile Energy account to Petrom Limited in a fraudulent and illegal manner. We also have Natkunda Brian, a former employee of Stanbic Bank, who was arrested. He's the one who introduced Kagurusi Dickson Mpumuza, who is on the run, to Moses Ayesiga, the branch manager at Stanbic Garden City. Then the 3 directors of Famane Investments Limited, that is Oman Gebreyesus, Fiona Dede Bwende, Elijah Daniel Wanzu, in whose company account number money was received, was also arrested. Then Sechito David, the manager at Freedom City branch, is also in custody and is supposed to appear in court this afternoon. Other charges of forgery and utterance of forged documents are still being processed. And once we retrieve the handwriting report, we shall amend the charge sheet and charge them. Now, these arrests send a clear and unmistakable message to those who conspire to exploit the banking systems, to steal clients' deposits and savings, for them not to continue using their positions and user rights to steal from hardworking citizens and investors in the country. And it is against this background that we want to thank the management of Stanbic Bank for boldly coming out to fight this kind of bank fraud. Most bank frauds and conspiracies involve bankers and other conspirators who steal bank customers' information after identifying bank clients with high cash balances that are not closely or regularly monitored, and they steal the money after compromising those accounts. We continue to urge all banks and customers to have protective measures and a culture in place to identify potential misuse of computer information and to work closely with our Economic Crimes and Anti-Corruption Division at CID headquarters to help in fighting such bank frauds.